From Significant, this is Crack It in an Hour.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Crack It in an Hour. I'm Simon.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Roman.
And for those who know, they know it's one problem to crack in 1 hour once a week. One of us has the problem. Two of us have no idea what it is. And this week, Jesse, you have the problem, right?
I do, and I'm excited about it.
Let's go.
Amazing. Roman, start the clock. That was very active. Like,
Yeah.
start the clock.
Start the clock.
I like pointing. I'm going to start doing more gesturing.
Like
in
I
the
like
Mission
that.
Impossible.
podcast.
You.
Yeah. You.
You get to start the
Video
clock.
content.
Video.
All right.
the subscribe button.
No. I mean, yes, obviously.
Please do. Smash the subscribe button.
I will
Okay,
never.
all
That
right.
one, I will do it every time. I love it
You
so
do
much.
every time.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is going to be a fun one.
Awesome.
It's when I thought of it, I thought, well, actually, I didn't think of it. It was suggested to me by my good friend Mark Winters.
Shout out Mark Dubs.
Mark Dubs. And I thought, ooh, this is like a Simon topic.
I like that.
And so
I like
I'm
that.
very excited. So
Unless it's incredibly insulting what you're about to say, but I'm going to assume the best
no,
right
it's
now.
not. So I want to figure out how to get more people to donate blood.
Oh, I like
Oh, that's
this.
good.
This is
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
it's a really fun
Yes.
one. And there's actually so many interesting things
Yes.
that we can talk about. I have a lot of stuff for
Okay,
us on
this
this
is
one.
great.
But it's blood
This is
donation.
I love like
pointed,
a
it's
simple,
simple.
tactical.
Yeah.
This is a problem to
It's a
solve.
problem to solve, and it's solvable.
Yes.
And it's simple and it's single-minded.
Perfect.
I told you. It's
This
a
is
good
great.
Simon
This
problem.
is perfect. My tiny brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. So blood donation, it's one of the simplest ways to save a life,
Mhm.
but participation is collapsing.
Yeah.
Like about the numbers differ depending on whether you're looking at like Red Cross or whoever's presenting the numbers, but they're all around the same percentage. Somewhere around between like 62 and 65% of Americans are eligible.
Mhm.
Do you want to guess the percentage of people that actually donate blood every year?
Oh,
5.
low. Yeah, I'd say like 3.
3.
Yeah.
Nailed it. 3%. 3% of eligible Americans donate blood every year. And the US needs like 29,000 units of blood every single day.
Jeez.
Like that's how much they need. Blood donations, this is from the Red Cross, blood donations have fallen almost 40% in the last 20 years. So that's pretty significant. Like it's
Yeah.
not like this was
That's crazy.
yeah, it's very crazy. This was like a thing people really did.
Thanks, social media.
Yeah. Well, actually, that is.
Oh, really? It is actually part of it?
Yeah, I'll tell you
Oh,
why.
really?
Yeah.
What?
So, and I thought this was interesting that of the 3% of people that do, it's a very aging donor base.
Yeah, I
So
can see that.
nearly 60% of donations come from people over 40 and nearly 45% come from people over 50. And there's a lot.
I get that though.
One of the interesting things is there's no there is a 16 is like I think the youngest you
Yeah.
can be
Mhm.
to donate, and there is no actual age limit.
Really?
Yeah, you can
Blood's blood.
blood's blood. You can just keep on keeping
Crazy.
on.
Wow, that's weird.
Emergencies, create temporary surges like when that does happen.
Yeah.
But there are actually seasonal moments, which I thought was kind of interesting, that spike shortages in particular. I mean, there's always a shortage, but some of the bigger shortages happen during like holidays, summer travel months, flu season.
It's
and
just because
like,
people are doing stuff instead of donating blood.
yeah, or that there's like a storm outside, and like
Yeah,
there's just what I've learned from this is there's always a reason
There's
not
always
to.
a reason
Yeah,
not
that's what I was
to.
gonna say. Like holidays, summer months, flu
Flu,
season,
yeah.
and any storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're left with 10% of the year.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weekends, forget that. I'm
Yeah.
not doing that on a weekend.
And so there's like, I have some other stats in case you guys have questions, but
Okay, I have one question.
which was probably the one question I don't have the answer for.
Do you have any examples of when, like, whether it's a campaign, whether it's a new system or something that actually boosted?
Yes. So not a campaign specifically, but and it's actually one of the things that we'll talk about. Like when you think about other charitable acts. There are actually campaigns around it, but there haven't really been a lot of campaigns around specifically donating blood in the same way that are more visible. But the thing on a macro level, blood donation used to be like a civic act. Like during World War II, Vietnam, even 9/11, like it was framed very much as doing your duty.
Totally.
And so it wasn't like a campaign per se, but really it had a significant impact on people donating.
Yeah.
And if you think about civic rituals in general, there's been a massive decline. Like jury duty is something that's resented and you're like trying to figure out how you can lie your way out of. Voting rates obviously fluctuating significantly. Military service is declining. Community organizations are shrinking. Like just the general concept of civic duty, I would argue that's probably not the angle to get people back, because now you're trying to solve two problems. It's like, how do you tell people to do their civic duty and make blood donation one of them? That's probably hard to do. But sort of the doing your duty concept was the thing that rallied people in the past. And it's interesting. It's a paradox. Like it's free. Yeah. It's safe. It's very widely available. It's literally 1 hour of your time.
It's undoubtedly a good thing. Like there's no politics, I would say, to whether or not giving blood is good.
There is literally no reason not to, other than, and obviously fear of needles is something that I think we probably have to put aside.
Yeah,
like
we're
not going to convince all 62% of people, but if we could get that 3% up to 10%, like that would be pretty amazing.
Another thought, I mean, my head went somewhere different, but keep talking.
Well, I think what I love about this problem, and one of the things that gets me really excited and lots of the research I have, is it's a behavioral economics problem. Yeah. It's a design problem, potentially. Yeah. It's a participation problem. Yeah. Like there's a lot, I think, that strategy and marketing could do for blood donation. So I can talk about why blood donation, like how it gets used, why it's uniquely important. I can talk a little bit about, actually, I thought it was interesting. One last stat I'll share with you is that blood has a shelf life. And it's actually not very long. So like red blood cells only last for about 42 days.
Whoa.
And platelets only last about 5 days. And then plasma lasts longer if it's frozen. But I think it's an interesting problem where you can't, it's not even like if we got a bunch of people to do it all at once, it still wouldn't solve the problem. You have to basically create a habit and a bit of a routine around like consistent blood donation. Because if we just do like a one-off thing, it actually won't solve the problem because there's a shelf life.
Do you have any stats around other countries?
No, I didn't look into it.
What other, however you call this, like do good initiatives actually work or have better stats and consistency that you can think of?
Yeah. So I looked into, like a good example, and I didn't pull statistics, but any altruistic act that has, this won't be surprising, but has more of a visible reward to it gets a lot more. So even like marathons, right? Lots of people raise money now. Like the whole idea, a lot of time when you're running a marathon, for a lot of them, it is like you're raising money, or even walkathons. Charity galas is a really big one. That's like, I mean, a lot of money gets raised at these, but there's like something for you to show up to. You get to like rub shoulders with certain people. Fundraising campaigns still work pretty well in certain areas, and they're all in the same vein of donating blood. It is literally like a charitable act.
A lot of the ones that came to mind when you said that, Roman, have like a more personal impact. Like, and they're not exactly right, but like, for example, like I'd make the argument over the last decade, the awareness around get your prostate checked has like skyrocketed compared to how much it was talked about. It's not the same thing.
That wasn't my
question. I don't think that's an altruistic act.
My question is like something that's somewhat altruistic. It was what Jesse said, even though the marathon thing, I think is a lot different because people literally just do that to have a spot to run.
Yeah, sure. But still.
But it's interesting. The visible thing, yes, I think that's the insight.
There's
but like getting out the vote. Like,
I looked at like why it's broken, right? I mean, there's we had an interesting conversation on a recent episode about friction and the reduction of friction, and like our lives have been built to be so convenient.
Yeah.
And some people are definitely trying to seek out now more actively more friction. But, you know, on the one hand, I say it's easy. It's free. It takes an hour. Like, well, okay, but it's still an hour. You have to schedule an appointment. You have to drive somewhere. For some people, that's enough.
Yeah.
The invisible heroism. I mean, that's just like psychology 101. I mean, you never meet the patient. You have no idea what the impact is. I mean, if you donate a kidney to somebody as like a living donor, you see those videos of like meeting the person who got your kidney, and then you get to like two stranger. Like those videos are all over the internet. You literally never get closure
They ask
on
for
it.
it back.
They're like, hey, actually, I'm going to need that.
I love booze.
You know, even something as simple as donating to something, the option to have your name displayed online, you know, like I
think you're solving it right there.
Yeah,
Think
totally.
so?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a component. It's a component.
When you said make it visible, I think there's a lot to do there.
Interesting.
Like you leave,
you're right.
you leave a blood donation, and I don't know. Have either of you donated blood recently?
Recently, no.
No.
Did you ever?
Probably once.
No. But you know what's funny? Christy, my wife, she does it literally like when she's next available, she'll book the appointment. It's not just once, it's a habit for her.
And why haven't you guys?
Honestly, there's no good reason.
Just haven't
There's
thought about
no
it.
good reason. And to the point where like I should just say like next time you go, bring me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What about you?
Yeah, same. I'm like, it's not part of our routine. It's
That's
not
where I think
it's
part
not
of it
it's not a conversation at home. It's just that doesn't exist in our lives.
Yeah.
That's where I got into. I was like, I think a part of this is habit formation.
It's all of it.
Because to your point, like I hate going to the dentist. I still find a way to go to the dentist. Well, probably not as much as I should, but at least once a year.
Yeah, because they call me.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and they
that's
text
true.
me.
and I was curious
Time
about
for an appointment.
I was
Yeah.
curious. The reason I asked about the other countries thing is because going back to my ad days in Canada, the Canadian Blood Services is a hugely visible. It's like
Mm.
runs a lot of advertising. Whereas here, I don't hear much.
No, I've
donating.
never
come across.
That's why
You
I
know what
said
I
I
mean?
feel like it's such an interesting strategic and marketing challenge. Like I'm really shocked that we haven't seen. I remember, I thought this is what you were going to bring up, and I don't remember who did it, but there was it's in another country, there was a football team, soccer team, if you will, that had like red stripes on their jerseys. You remember
in
that?
another country? I love it.
Yeah, well, I've
That
said,
sentence is amazing.
I was trying to make, coming from me, if I say the word football, people, our listeners.
They call it a football.
a football. But you remember they like removed
Or I thought they put them on, wasn't it?
No, they
filled
took the red stripes. They turned the red stripes like white or gray on the uniform and the fans had to donate blood in order for the like red to come back, and it came back little by little over time, and it was massively successful. But again, that's a one-off, like it creates visibility for blood donation, but knowing the expiration date, the shelf life, it is more of a habit formation, top of mind.
Honestly,
problem.
when you talk about visibility, it is like, I mean, I don't know, marketing 101. The first thing is people have to be able to see you somewhere.
Yeah.
Like no one's like, I don't know, you go to the doctors, no one tells you, did you think about like just the simple things that don't cost money. You go to a hospital, I don't think there's any posters. You see what I mean? It's like, how do you do the low hanging fruit?
Totally. Or when you go to
donate blood.
When you go to the doctor and they draw blood,
yeah.
Why
right
can't
then
they
and
just
there,
give you-
I've always wondered, like, well, if I'm already like
Would you like
hooked
to
up,
donate
would you
some of
like to
this?
donate some of this?
Yeah, exactly.
Would you care to like tip some of this blood?
Yeah, exactly.
There's people who
Absolutely.
literally will.
they'll show you the
like,
tab and then do you want to do 12%, 18%, or 30%?
How good of a person you want to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's giant industries now of blood testing, right? Like athletic blood testing.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like health blood testing. There's all
Theranos.
those companies. Yeah, Theranos. But there are like those ones that you send it off and then it says like, hey, we did 4,000 tests for you. And like,
I think there's also I was just thinking about what you said, Roman, with like, you don't even see any messaging around it. Not only is it invisible from a marketing standpoint, it's invisible in terms of, I mean, you walk out, you get like a sticker and a juice box.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing for you. But also there's very little social status attached to donating blood.
Mhm.
Like if you think about where a lot of like, even I used to donate blood a lot, and I don't know why. I think I got busy and forgot and stopped, and this made me think about doing it again. I used to do it all the time because I'm like, I have no fear of needles. I'm like, why not? Also in college, we used to donate plasma for money and then use that money to a party.
Yeah.
But you'd be in like some like weird like basement room, like just some like, I don't know, like a auditorium space.
Yeah.
And you're like, there, even the experience itself is sort of like, there's no status attached. You're like, no one's taking like an Instagram photo of themselves donating blood. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And I'm like, how do you even change? I think you have to create some like, just
there has
classic.
to be like this is, I don't know if in the history of this show, I've ever been more like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So why hasn't any of this been done?
Yeah.
Like I want to talk to someone at like blood services and
Red
be
Cross,
like, do you guys just have no money? Like, what is the problem? Because the solutions,
Probably that.
like, you're right. Like it's a visibility problem. It's a habit formation problem. It's a badging problem.
Yeah.
And like, those are three things that it's like, if we wanted to just go straight at those three for the next 44 minutes, we could probably have like a reasonably big, robust campaign already.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like, well, then why haven't they?
But I could still give you a lot of reasons or a lot of hurdles, psychological hurdles that people would need to overcome to do it. Like even if, let's say they got a injection of cash and all of a sudden they can do a bunch of good marketing. I think what we should talk about is what would be the most successful angle strategically, because there's still like, there's still a bunch of reasons beyond just the invisibility of it all that would make people go,
Maybe
no.
Yeah.
And I think we should think about those. I think we have to overcome those.
What do you think they are?
So a really classic one, are you familiar with the bystander effect?
No.
So I was taught this when I became a lifeguard because it's a really important one. The bystander effect is basically just the assumption that like, well, someone else is probably doing it. Like there's like because the blood system is national and anonymous. And so like the responsibility feels like it's distributed across millions of people. So you're like, there's millions and millions of people. There's probably plenty out there. And it's like when you're training
also,
to
like,
become,
because it's so quiet, you're like, well, it must not be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't hear about the problem. I don't hear the effect. When you're training to become a lifeguard, one of the most important things, if somebody drowns, they teach you that if you need to call 911, you need, back to your pointing thing, actually from the beginning, you have to point to like assign someone the job because someone drowns, you jump in the pool, you pull them out, a crowd forms and everyone in the crowd is like, well, I'm sure somebody else is already calling 911. Whoa. So you have to be like, call 911 because otherwise no one does anything. And it's a really interesting sort of, and that's kind of the phenomenon, I think, that like you have to almost make people realize that their individual contribution is going to be critical, not that this is like a collective, we all need to donate, because people will be like, we do, but like probably my neighbor's doing
Jesse.
it.
Go do that for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's another thing in behavioral economics. It's a theory known as hyperbolic discounting. So people, this is very common. People disproportionately value immediate rewards over like larger delayed rewards. So like the reward of donating blood is that somebody someday might live.
Yeah, it's so absurd.
And so you like discount that versus the reward of like something smaller but more immediate. It's literally saving a life. Like saving a life.
Yeah.
But for people, they're just like,
Whatevs.
maybe. Whatevs.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, like, even if you had the money, even if, let's say, Red Cross had a bunch of cash, I still think there's some interesting things you have to overcome.
That one, I don't know if you ever could.
Maybe.
I don't know. The other one, you're right. The idea of like, hey, I bet you think that this is all taken care of by other people, but you're really needed here.
Yeah, you are needed. Yeah, you think that you can't ever convince somebody that like the someday benefit is. Yeah, but I guess I wonder if it's not actually as long term as we think it is, because if the shelf life is actually as short as it is, in theory, there's a 42-day max window.
It's crazy.
Before your blood has an impact somewhere. So I start to think about like a little tracking system where I'm like, I know between the moment I donate and within 42 days, something's going to happen with my blood. Like that'd be so interesting. I mean, I'm sure it violates
Here's
all
where
kinds
your
of
blood went.
HIPAA,
Yeah, exactly.
HIPAA laws. But yeah, here's where your blood's going. And I
Yeah.
know it's literally within basically a month, it's going to go somewhere. I actually just wonder if it's not as long term as we think, because it feels very vague and abstract right now. Like you could save a life.
You're
It's
saying
like,
add the timeline.
yeah,
to
like you
it.
could save a life in 42 days or less.
Yeah.
And now you're like,
Oh.
who?
I'm a hero.
Can I choose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone famous?
Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Imagine
wonder if
that.
I
You're
could.
like literally course through Kim Kardashian's veins.
I mean, if you think about some of the things, like, I mean, we say save, that's a great campaign, honestly. But like, think about some of the places that blood donation is uniquely important or used. It's not just like, I mean, they are mostly save a life situations, but trauma, accidents, cancer treatments, organ transplants, a lot of surgeries, honestly.
That's what I thought.
Childbirth, chronic illnesses. One of the things I thought was interesting, and I didn't go too deep into it because it's hard to understand, but blood is one of the very few medical resources that cannot be manufactured.
That's cool.
It must come from humans. And I found that, at least not yet, can't be manufactured. Maybe one day.
We can make a
but
mean hip bone. We cannot make blood.
Can't make
We
blood.
suck
It can't
at
be
it.
manufactured. I think
we've
that's so interesting. And I wonder if that's a compelling motivator for people potentially in like today's
Scarcity.
world. Like, yeah, it's scarcity, but also one of the few remaining things that
Human
humans can
thing.
do. Like,
That's interesting.
AI might take your job, but we need your
You're
blood.
a walking blood bag.
Yeah.
And they can't do that.
Would people like that? Would that work? Maybe. I don't know. What would you think? Just like for either of you, just the visibility of it would.
Well, it would. I love where you're going with this, because you're right. I hadn't thought about all of it. Like, I mean, obviously, we do that thing in Roman. You did it right away, which is like the first thing you do is like, what is the low hanging fruit? Okay, we figured that out. Let's assume we figured that out. Now let's keep going up. You know what I mean? And like, visibility is going to be part of it, but like, let's not stop at visibility. Let's keep going beyond that to see like where it can go from there, sort of thing. And I think like the idea of habit formation is really interesting to me, because I think this idea of like, to your point about the 42 days thing, like donating blood once, hey, good for you. That's appreciated. Yep. But like, if you could find a way to get, I forget how often you're allowed to it. It's like 3 months, 6 months. I'm completely naive around it. But if you could figure out a way to simply allow people to do a frictionless sort of habit of it, that becomes kind of just a part of their yearly routine. You know what I mean?
And I wonder, I think this is where you were going earlier, but bake it into existing routine moments versus trying to create a new one.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are reasons it doesn't happen, but it seems crazy to me that it couldn't like.
Look, Staples is now Party City.
You know what?
You know what I mean? And like,
they're already red.
I know. And like, this is like where my head goes is I'm like, do you need to be your own thing, or could you attach yourself to something else? You know, like, and I can probably find a million reasons why they can't, but like, I'm just curious why you can't, like,
okay.
Is it too expensive to put a quick and easy donate your blood in 5 minutes thing inside a mall? Like, I honestly asking, like, is there ways you can just show up? So then suddenly, to your point, you don't have the weird basement you only ever go to once, but you immediately have visibility and you immediately have a relatively convenient way to do it.
Okay.
And say you get a Mrs. Field cookies because they're just down the street and we'll make that the collaboration. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, you know what that made me think of though?
Get
Like
the sugar after you give the
Yeah.
blood.
yeah, totally. I'm about to say a very gender stereotype thing, but
how dare you?
because you were talking about the mall, I was thinking about like the classic scene of typically men waiting for their partner while they're like trying. Like I always see the couch literally every time I go to
Totally.
Zara. It's literally a
Yeah.
couch full of, there's like 5 dudes sitting on that couch just like, and what if you're like, hey, you're going to sit here for like 30 minutes.
Some of those
Wanna
chairs
donate?
look literally like the chairs you
I
sit in
know.
to donate blood.
And I think it's interesting to not try to capture people necessarily in their routine where they're doing something, but in moments where they're stagnant.
Yes,
And it's
totally.
like, if you're sitting here anyway, you want to just
Wanna
like
to
hook
just,
up
like,
to this
yeah,
blood
Do some
donor.
good.
Do some good. You're sitting
Yeah,
here anyway. And then you'll get a
exactly.
Mrs. Fields cookie.
You know, Mrs. Fields cookie. Like, it just feels like there are kind of opportunities for these moments where you
Yeah.
could pop up, be a little less of a pain in the butt, and like make people feel good about wasting time. Like, people waste so much time.
Is this just a participation issue, or is there another thing that we need to solve?
Would you like give me an example?
Is the whole percentage of people who could give blood convinced that are they okay doing it?
Right.
Well, there's like I think I said earlier, there is definitely a chunk of that group that's terrified of needles.
Yeah, but is that
But
the only thing?
I move that aside. I mean,
Drug users can't give blood.
well,
I know
that's
that.
in
No,
the
but
that's in the
non-possible.
non-eligible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the ineligibility actually, sorry, this won't answer your question, but it made me think of it. Like, you know, there's a lot of heated debate around that. Like in some of the ineligible, you know, like they literally say queer men can't donate blood, and you're just like, or you can't within
Still?
Yeah,
you can't within
crazy.
3 months of sleeping with if a man sleeps with another man.
Is that only
And-
in the States? Is that
I don't know. You remember we did
Yeah,
that mother, we
yeah,
did that
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
that campaign.
yeah.
It was
But-
great.
But
Yeah.
I think
that's
the
crazy.
other
That's so
some of the other ineligibilities are kind of interesting because it's like certain travel destinations, you know, after you go to those places, you can't donate for like 3 to 6 months. And I think it could be interesting if actually you incentivize those people to donate before they go. So like, what if you were about to go to one of those destinations and it's like, hey, we've partnered with the airline and you can get money off your plane ticket to that destination if before you go, like play with some of the other people who are not in the 65% and see if the other one is tattoos and piercings, like
Yeah.
certain recent tattoos, recent piercings, you can't donate for 3 months.
What if you could? What if you made blood donation mandatory?
Yeah, I thought about that.
Because, like,
It
for
seems
example,
dark,
like you
but-
have no, and let me give you a way of explaining it, which is like, and like, look, there's like mandatory military service in quite a few countries,
Yeah.
right? But if you said something like, let's pretend we did the math and we said that the average person in their life, especially if you account for old age and all that sort of stuff, is going to require 6 to 20, let's say 7 donations of blood. I'm making that name up completely.
Yeah.
So in your lifetime, you need to donate 7 things
and you can
of
pick
blood.
whatever those moments
And
are.
like you can,
yeah.
and you can build the schedule, you can build the timeline, but it just becomes mandatory.
I think if you're in France, that becomes a thing the companies have to mandate and pay for.
Because they
So
But pay for what?
when you're an employee,
yeah,
you're given a half day a year so that you can donate blood. Then you need to come back with proof that you did it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
something
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should.
You're
yeah.
gonna get to you're
Blood
gonna get
donation
to
policy is
volume
interesting.
pretty quickly there. If
Yeah.
you go to
Yeah,
like
blood donation
just
policy.
like Fortune 500 companies, you will
Yeah.
have like
Oh,
thousands
that's a
and
really
thousands
interesting
of
idea.
of people. and,
Donate
like,
blood, get a half day.
mandated half day to donate blood. You just need to prove that you donated blood. It's going
Yeah.
to take you an hour, but you get the half day.
Yeah,
I think that would work very well,
that's a great idea.
even not in France.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, if in France, the companies would need to pay for it. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Here, probably not.
Pay for what though?
I don't know. You tell me. Someone's doing something. Someone's drawing the blood. Someone's
Oh, I see what you mean.
like,
Pay for the
whole thing.
infrastructure around
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That like
Yeah.
basically donate to the Red Cross.
Can you call up a blood? Do they have like the blood trucks?
Yeah, they do normally. But
Yeah.
the Red Cross does. I don't know about, is there's like private things. I don't know. But
Yeah.
normally they do. I remember in certain companies, they would do it.
Yeah.
They would do it. We're like, hey, we'll have the blood
Well, the
donation
blood
truck
truck.
outside all day for
Yeah.
anyone. It's voluntary, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But if you gave out
That
half
existed.
days,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Sign me
You
up.
have millions. You have millions of
Yeah, I think
blood
that's-
bags.
That
That's
and
pretty good.
that and like some visibility and status.
That's
and a
better than
Mrs. Fields
mandatory.
and
Yeah.
then Mrs. Fields cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you need to design a really cool sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stickers are just like
It's like I
Yeah.
voted, but
Yeah.
make it very cool.
Chrissy always
Like-
gets shirts and they're kind of lame. Sorry, blood people. Kind of lame.
Yeah.
Wait, she gets a shirt for donating?
Yeah.
I've
Just
never gotten a shirt.
Put some good design
Doesn't make
behind
sense.
it.
Like, is this weird one? I've talked to
Just
her a lot about it because it makes
rebrand.
no sense.
Let's rebrand blood. Let's put a brand around blood and just an actual
So,
visual
in-
identity that fucking rocks. How blood saves lives. How
In Canada,
Like-
there's a character named Drippy, and he's a drop of
so
blood.
not that exactly.
And he was like a cute character. He reminds me of, do you remember World Industries like Flame Boy and stuff? Like it was like that. And he was
Yeah.
like this cute cartoon character named Drippy. And it was like
Drippy or trippy?
Drippy.
Drippy's
And it was like
Yeah.
at like
weird.
the age of 5, you were like, people give blood. It's
Yeah.
a thing you do, even though you couldn't give blood yet.
Mm.
It was like already getting the kids into the
Yeah.
blood thing. But yeah.
Would you encourage your kids to donate blood
Of
when
course.
when they're but,
But
it's
they can't
16
yet.
on, right?
Yeah.
16.
exactly.
16 with
Sure.
okay, here's another thing I thought was kind of interesting. So I don't know if this would really be motivating, but I was like, well, I don't know. 16, you still need parental consent.
hmm
17, you don't. It's one of the only things that's not 18
Really?
that you can do. Like, there's not that many, normally it's like 18.
Good teenage rebellion.
Yeah, it's kind
Screw
of.
you, Dad.
It's like the
My
one.
blood.
Gave blood.
I gave blood.
I
Like
gave
I
blood.
thought
What are
it
you
was
gonna do
kind
now?
of because there's really, almost everything else. It's like 18 is the line for you no longer need parental consent, like
Yeah.
getting piercings, like
Yeah. Going to rated R movies.
going. Yeah. So I guess I think that's 17 actually.
Is it?
I think.
I think you should do blood parties.
Go on.
Yeah, get a bigger, get your buzz faster. Get your blood drawn, and then you get.
You do like a
get
collab
whatever
where it's
subs-
blood and like
Yeah.
a bottle of wine. And
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
you get ripped.
So you give your blood, and then you're gonna get drunk.
That's
real
a college
quick.
idea. Go after the
Real
college
quick.
kids. Blood.
Well, okay, like I know it was pretty messed up that we were donating plasma for keg
Oh.
money, but
I had a
I
lot of
really
friends.
do think there's something.
Totally. I had a lot of friends who were human guinea pigs all through
Yeah,
university.
me too. I had
Yeah.
a few.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
few, and I was like, dude, you're crazy.
Yeah, like one guy was like in a sensory deprivation thing.
Yeah,
for like
he's still
3
alive.
days. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if my dude's alive. I haven't talked to him
Yeah,
since
I
college.
know he's still a
He
good
was
friend of
weird
mine.
guy.
He's still a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so
a very
blood
good friend of mine.
blood
He was
parties.
crazy.
Who would do a lot of testing
All sorts
for
of crazy
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, just donating plasma. It's not that you get a little dizzy, but then you
Yeah.
get drunk
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so blood parties. This will get you drunk faster.
Yeah.
Donate your blood and have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. It's all
There's
about
a
having
Teenage
good time.
see, what we're
rebellion.
talking about now is the benefits of being low on blood. So if we were to talk
Yeah,
about the
exactly.
benefits of being
Exactly.
low on blood, it's
Exactly.
you get drunk faster, you're a
Let's go-
cheaper date.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's a good one.
That'd be funny if that was like part of your Hinge profile.
You know what?
You
It's
can
a-
you can eat more sugar.
you can eat more sugar. It's
Yeah.
an excuse to eat more sugar.
Yeah.
You are allowed to be, I would make the argument you're allowed to be less productive, right? Like it's like, dude,
You
I gave
accomplish
blood, I'm
something.
tired.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You know what
But,
I mean?
yeah,
Like I
sure.
can't do as
If
much
I
work
squint
today.
really hard.
If someone was
That's
like,
why you get the half day already, dude. So
that's
don't
right.
come
If they
back
get the
and-
half day, you're like, I need to give blood. I'm not going to be at my best.
You
know
can't
what I
work
mean?
out, so you can stay home and
Yeah,
watch TV.
veg out. So it's
Yeah.
like an excuse to watch. Like if you said like donate blood and chill.
Yeah, donate blood and chill. Exactly.
Okay, that's
exactly.
good.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's better than blood parties, which
Yeah.
scares
Blood
me.
parties just sounds like there's like a vampire hanging out, being
Yeah,
like
blood parties. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yes.
It's the new block party.
The new block party
party.
is the blood party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
It's bloody blood, mate.
Did blood go up? Did blood donation go up during the peak vampire days of Twilight?
Not-
Do you really think Jesse has that piece of data? like
Did you, Jesse, look into the
when
correlation
Kristen
between
Stewart made it out in Twilight,
blood donation?
and they started making out at minute 22 of the movie? Do you think blood
Sign
donation?
sign-ups for blood
did
donation.
blood ever have a-
I mean, come on.
Did blood ever have a horny moment?
Okay, but okay, but maybe this is the perfect comeback for Twilight. You know, like a Twilight reunion in service of blood donation.
But then, see, that's mixed messages because that's implying if you give your blood, it's so a vampire can drink it.
Yeah.
As opposed to
No, give your blood to something good before a vampire takes it.
It's a hat on the hat.
I'm just saying, like, have a little like reunion, bring back. I don't know.
Kristen
I actually
Stewart.
never saw Twilight.
Kristen
I have no
Stewart
idea what
giving
happened.
blood, but not to a vampire. Like I see
Yeah.
where you're going there
Yeah.
as far as like an
Like,
print
yeah,
execution.
exactly. Like,
it's like got milk sort of, but
totally. And it's like after years of having my blood taken against my will, like I don't actually have no
Was
idea
it
what
against her will?
I have no idea.
I don't know anything about
I've never
Twilight.
seen Twilight. I have no
I
idea
thought
what
she
happened.
liked the vampire.
I think she's in
taking
love.
her
I don't
blood.
know. But does she consent? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I should stop
I don't
talking
know about
Twilight.
vampire consent rules and
Yeah, I've never
stories.
really been into vampires. I don't think I've seen
Yeah.
Twilight either.
So
yeah.
maybe not a good topic for us specifically.
Probably taking us. Okay, let's get back on course. Let's get back
yeah,
on
yeah,
course.
yeah. Okay.
Blood donation.
Blood
raise it,
donation. Yep.
make it easier.
Donate blood
First,
and chill.
visible,
I do like.
make it
Yeah.
easier. Celebrate the benefits of being low on blood.
Yeah, so we were there. So what else? So you can get
You said cheap date, less productive. You don't have to work out. More
Yeah,
sugar.
Get to chill out.
Yeah,
more
okay.
sugar.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Those are all good things.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Like,
things.
I mean,
They're
you
things
always
that
talk
are-
about-
that are
you always
really
talk-
marketable.
No, but they are.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? Let me be contrarian for a second, which is we live in a hyper optimized world.
yeah.
And blood donation is this incredible opportunity to break away from
To
it. for
anti-optimize.
example, for
It's
half a
highly
day.
marketable.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, but finally an excuse to do fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You stole my pen. I need
Sorry.
it.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, oh, you like ran 12 miles today. Good for you. I donated blood. So I'm going to go eat a giant bag of
Wait,
Cheetos.
that's amazing.
And then watch Twilight.
An excuse to do fucking nothing.
Yeah.
To do bloody nothing.
Do bloody nothing.
Okay.
Do bloody nothing. That's
Do
good.
Yeah.
Damn, that is good.
That is good. I still think that's good. The half day is really good.
Let's talk a little bit more about habit formation.
Yeah.
Because I do think I think we were getting there a little bit with you were getting there from a mandatory perspective, which I think the company, once a year, if it's a company thing that once a year you get a half day, that's a really good way to incentivize a habit. What other things form habits?
I mean, this
The
is like
small things
reminders.
and small things we talk about it all the time. Like now it's I haven't done it in years, but in my mind it's a bit of a commitment. It's like, why is it much longer than just getting your blood drawn when you do your annual checkup, right? Because they want more.
They
sure,
need more,
but,
yeah.
But
Yeah.
just if you want to form a habit, you got to start with the little things. We talk about that all the time.
All the time.
Like make it much easier to do for people.
Do it
Yeah.
yourself kits.
That's a little brutal. Putting your needle in yourself is not. It's a little.
Probably
It's,
not
it's
very
probably
fun.
a little harder.
Yeah.
But many people have to do it. But it's I think smaller percentage.
Yeah, I'm
but-
not scared at all of needles, but I don't think I'd be very good at sticking
No, that's
one
fair.
in my
Yeah,
own
yeah,
arm.
I think I'd blow it.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
blow it.
Yeah.
Already when a nurse when a nurse does it, you're like, are they going to do it right?
Oh,
Every time.
I can't even look when they do it.
I
I still
know,
don't
See,
know.
I think it's so fun to watch.
Yeah. So that's what I meant about. Is there like more to talk about than just participation? Because I think I have no data. More people are like Simon and I and don't want to watch.
Mhm.
And I think the people who don't want to watch, maybe you'll tell them you have 2 hours to spare and you need to give it out to the community. They'll go pick another activity to give out to the community versus
Yeah,
giving blood,
totally.
right? So but they're still okay with needles.
No, but
So
I think
I
what
think
you're
that-
describing is a discomfort, though. With
Totally. But then your percentage, that the fear, the needle phobia, forget it. Like, this is too much work. They got to go.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
everybody needs to get hypnotized and get some actual work done.
Yeah.
That people who are excited
Just
about
don't
it,
like
like you
needles.
are, Jesse, is,
That's over there.
is probably the 3%.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the middle, they're okay with it.
There's some
But you got to still convince
Yeah.
them that there's
Some
get
spectrum.
them over the edge.
But I would argue there's probably a large chunk of that percentage that is completely indifferent about, oh yeah, but I literally just don't think about donating. Like
totally.
I'm not.
I totally agree.
So I
Totally
do
agree.
that 3% is actively donating. I
Yeah.
bet there's another, let's say even 5% of people. I would be in that extra 5% of like, I don't really care one way or another.
Yeah.
Stab me, but I haven't donated blood now in at least 10 or
this is
15
interesting,
years.
'cause
So
now
like,
you're talking about an audience strategy, and like,
Yeah.
who would be the most easiest audience to sway?
That one.
me, yeah.
I don't think it would be just purely on people who are okay with needles. I think it'd be a mindset more so. Of,
Yeah.
Like there are just some people are just better, more giving, more for the greater good than others, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
I don't know what you do there, but there's something there.
No, it's great what you're saying.
yeah, I
Right.
think that's
Attacking
interesting.
it from a
I
mindset
do like an
standpoint.
audience
Yes.
mindset perspective because there will be some people who opt out of that because,
Yeah.
but I agree with you actually, like that could capture, if you get the right mindset, you could capture probably a large chunk of the people who are indifferent to the needles, plus a little
Yeah,
bit of the people
totally.
like you guys who are like,
Yeah.
I don't love it, but you know
But,
what?
like,
You're
it's
right.
like,
I am
it's
a
my
good
duty.
person.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think back to some of the things I was saying at the beginning, like the idea of civic duty doesn't really work anymore.
No.
But
Mhm.
but I think where you were going is a little bit more of a modern spin, which is like you're
Being a
you're
good
one of the only
person.
good people left.
Yeah, you're one of the only good people left.
And then you're like, I think you're right. I think I
Yeah.
am.
yeah.
That's funny.
Maybe
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the world needs a little bit more of me.
Yeah.
And that's different than civic duty because civic duty was so much about like, this is your duty
Well, you don't
to
want
this.
to tie it,
Like,
I don't think you want to tie it to patriotism.
Totally.
Like, and I know civic duties, it runs in parallel. It's not
Yeah.
exactly the same, but it's like anything that becomes like, if you say greater good, it has a different impact than greater good for America.
well, I'll take it one step further because where you were going was more about rather than telling somebody, do it for others, you're feeding the ego side of the good
Be
person.
the person you think you want to
Yeah,
be.
you're like, you're one of
100%,
the only
yeah.
good people
Yeah,
left. Now
yeah.
you're just talking directly to me, feeding
Yeah.
my ego as somebody with a good person mindset.
Yeah.
Versus I think what just unfortunately doesn't work, especially in the US, is that collectivist,
Yeah.
whether it's patriotism or not, the like, do it for your neighbor
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
even work,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
because people are like, who is my neighbor? I
Totally.
literally don't talk to that person. I talk to
I
my
love my
neighbors.
neighbors.
Oh, me too. Big fan of neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I
So
like
who
that.
are those
so
people?
feed the ego.
Who are those people? Who are good people? How do we find them? How do we target them? How do we show them that this is part and parcel to being the good person they want to be?
I think what could be interesting is there's a lot of posturing on social around being a good person. Some of those people genuinely are, but some people it's very much like a bit of showmanship.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an interesting like targeting strategy around
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Even if it was just like a messaging.
Good people content.
Yeah.
Finding good people content and being
Seems
around
like
there.
seems like you might be a good person.
Yeah.
Do you want to donate blood and chill?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree. I think good people is there is definitely good person content online.
Maybe it should be like a first date.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Just gonna
Not
blow
that.
past that.
Not that, but out of
Let's
do
move
you
right past
think
that.
there's any correlation between these types of people and people that are more involved in their community? Because I could make an argument, for example, that if you said, do it for your community, that's more intriguing to some people.
I don't think so. To some people, but I actually think that's going to be a smaller group than where you were going with just general mindset. Because I think community is such a bizarre term for people these days. Like it doesn't really.
But I'm sorry, in Gen Pop, yes. But people that like, for example, like people who are involved with churches, people who are involved with their schools, people who are involved in like structures like that.
I think we would have to, maybe I would, my hunch is that if I'm thinking of like the concentric circles of audience, that group is probably very close
Too
to that
small?
3%, to
Yeah.
the 3% that does. You
Yeah.
might be looking at like a 1%
Yeah.
extra rate. And maybe that's enough.
Yeah.
Like I don't,
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not do the math on like, if you just got 1% more of the population to donate, would that be enough? Or do you get the 3% to donate one extra time? That's another interesting thing to think about, different ways to grow, right? It might not be that the habit formation might be getting more out of the 3% than getting more people to do it. You probably want to get that 3% to like 5%.
Yeah.
And then get into
but
a
if you
little
got
bit
to
more.
5%, that's literally 2/3 growth, right? Like that's a phenomenal success.
Yeah. Which is
You know?
also, and that's why I love your audience strategy, because I actually think you could go pretty
When you're that
niche.
small.
You could go pretty
and
niche
get
here in
massive
terms
results.
of, and have a huge impact.
Habit formation is tough because it's generally possible when it's something you can do on a very regular basis.
Yeah.
So it's not,
More
it can be
visible.
called a habit. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like if you can only do it 4 times a year, which is already a big stretch to say 3 times a year, it's like every 4 months.
Do you
It's
go
not
for
a
a
habit.
yearly checkup with the doctor? Or do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
do?
So I think
you?
No, I couldn't tell you the last time I went.
yeah, like
Is there a certain time because like for
Yeah,
me, it's
I do.
always at the start of the year. It's like always something in my head is like time to get my whole body checked out. You book a dental appointment and book like
Yeah.
the doctor and
Yeah.
then whatever other doctors I need to go to. And it's always January, February.
there's a time of year. It's not the same time, but there is
Yeah.
a time of year for me too. Like for the dentist, and for me personally, I would try to put it at the same time as the dentist because that's the one thing I need to go to twice a year and end up going just once a year, and that would be the same for that.
Yeah.
So you are correct, because I think the habits form most easily when they're tied to routines.
Mhm.
Totally.
So like going to the gym before work, it's like there's a very natural routine trigger, and blood donation, you're not only saying self-form a habit, but like build a routine around it versus building it around or building it into an existing routine.
That
and there's not
that
a
is
natural,
really what's the hardest is that
Yeah.
you cannot make it a habit.
But like,
you
let's
can't. And so the dentist is the best comparison to me
let's go crazy for a second and imagine we had money
in terms
for
of
this.
getting used to it, right? Not in terms of altruistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like for example, like I'm gonna take something that's completely different, but I'm like, oh, it's interesting. They made a day of it, which was like that like small business Saturday.
Yeah, totally. If we had all
Like,
the
could
money,
you do
100%.
like blood donation October 5th or something like
Yeah.
that?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
sort of like that's the day where, because like if you look at like it's like everything, right? Like
blood days.
Yeah.
everything is seasonal, right? Like Toys R Us, when they used to be around, made 80% of their money during the holiday season.
December, sure.
And the rest of it,
Yeah.
they were just basically there as a reminder of the holiday season.
yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, is there a way that leads to habit formation?
I mean,
in some
I
way,
think,
shape, or
if
form?
you went to the ad council and they decided that the theme of the day is blood, you could come up with something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
you could take your do bloody nothing and make it 3 days.
Yeah.
Like
The
we're gonna
laziest day.
exactly.
of
We're gonna
the
have
year.
2 do bloody nothing days in the calendar. The laziest day of the
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Once in Q1 or once in Q2, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
I think that could be a pretty fun, like beginning of the year, end of the
no,
year.
because then we are having the issue you were talking about, the 42-day thing. So you need
Yeah,
to.
I know. It's
so
really,
you need
you
to
have to have
have
multiple.
bloody. You
Yeah.
need to organize it per
Oh, you're right.
whatever, literally per zip code.
Zip code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that in the
That
same
makes it way harder.
so that in the same city you still have ongoing blood. So then you don't have transportation
That's
issues
why they
between
never
city.
did that.
So
Yeah.
that's
It's
They're just like,
so it's
yeah,
just
you
pointless. So it's really
idiots.
hard. Per zip
Yeah.
code, it will work.
It's
Yeah.
like, great, we got a
It's
lot
like
of
if you live in-
expired blood 42
if
days
you live in
after
West
that day.
Hollywood, you can still get the blood from Silver Lake, and it's not
Yeah.
the same zip code. So it's probably what you need to do. It you could do, but then way more complicated to go to market with something that's hyper local like that.
I think we probably need something like that to
I have
at
a really
least.
dark idea, but go on.
No, you go. Yeah, you've hooked me.
What if you did it where celebrities announced when they were going to be getting an operation? So it's like your blood might be going in me.
Yeah,
and it
so
was
I
just a
loved
way to continue to
Yeah.
drive
Your Kim
interest in
Kim
it.
Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Yeah,
Your
that was
blood
a very good
courses
idea.
through Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian.
Because
Totally.
then it's like literally
Yeah.
like because like celebrities are getting operations every
Totally.
once in a while, and I
Yeah.
imagine it's like, hey, what's up? I'm Paris Hilton. I'm gonna go under the knife in 30 days. Might be you
Might get
coursing through my veins.
your lucky,
Please
lucky
donate,
fan.
and
Yeah.
I'll let you know if it's yours.
Yeah, that's interesting.
that's so
Basically,
dark.
instead of
It's
creating
pretty dark.
like day triggers, you use influential people to create multiple triggers throughout the calendar year. Yeah,
You
I like
use
that.
celebrity culture for altruism in the
Yeah.
darkest way.
I love
possible.
it. I
You
absolutely love
advertise
it.
on
It would
People
work.
Magazine, on Pornhub.
Could it be
Absolutely.
you, Mr. Beast? Like, look at me.
Yeah. Do you want to know what it feels like to be a billionaire for a day?
Oh,
blood is
your
inside.
blood could be a billionaire.
I have a way darker line, which I'm
Okay,
not.
go on.
No.
Okay. You can't announce
Oh.
that and then not share it.
So good.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, because I do think but something like the laziest day of the year could still maybe work as a way to just reignite visibility out of the gate around the fact that like people like me who are like, okay, I kind of forgot about donating blood, like
100%.
just to get it back out there, but it's not going to be the thing that forms the habit for sure.
Donating blood is like at the bare minimum, it is just not front of mind in the way it could
Yeah.
be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's literally like not something
It's
I
interesting.
Like, I
yeah,
get
if I had
reminded-
hours,
Yeah.
which I do on the weekends, and I should do it, the first thing I would do wouldn't be donating blood.
No.
Yeah, totally.
If you had all the time, like if we all like retired and had nothing else to do with our lives for some reason, I still wouldn't think about
Yeah.
donating blood.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
it wouldn't be
it's
top of
it's
mind.
What
so
would you do?
far
Like
away.
if you had to give a half day, a quarter to any cause, what would it be? Off the top of your head, like that. This is not a test of your
My-
values; it's a test of awareness of things.
Immediately, I would do like a trail cleanup
Yeah.
thing or like a
Yeah. I was gonna say I would go clean up Bologna Creek.
yeah.
It's because I live by Bologna
Yeah.
Creek, and sometimes I see those people. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way more visible.
classic awareness
But
thing.
also part of the reason I selfishly say that is I'm like, that's enjoyable. Like I'm like outside, you're kind of walking on a trail,
Well, you
you're
know what's
cleaning it.
interesting
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Enjoyable-ish, right?
I think, but I mean, I'm like doing I am literally in a space I actively enjoy.
yeah.
Doing something
I
good.
Mean, I mean, Bologna Creek is gnarly. Like you get your
Yeah,
hands
well,
on
I
like
didn't say I would pick
gnarly
that
stuff.
creek.
But yeah, no, but it's my point is it's just we got to make it like
Yeah.
put it
Visible.
right in
Put it
front
in
of
front
you.
and center.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like the
We should have people walk around.
Do you
with it.
remember? Do you remember
What's going on with
I
you?
need,
Oh, yeah, I'm
I'm
just-
dying. I need blood. You got
Just
any?
donating blood.
Actually, I do.
Do you have,
Um,
excuse me, do you have any blood?
Do they
Yeah.
still do the thing where you can grow your hair out and then you can cut it?
Totally.
Locks for
Yeah.
something.
Locks for
Right.
love.
Locks
What?
for love.
I don't know that.
Like if I think it's 11 inches is the minimum.
Ponytail, 11
yeah.
inches,
So like,
right?
yeah, people grow their hair out. You tie it in a ponytail. You cut that ponytail off, put it in a bag, mail it out to this company. There's a lot of different companies
Yeah.
now, but Locks for Love was the one that
The
sort of
big one.
popularized it. And they use them to make wigs for cancer patients, for alopecia, and it's
But it's very visible.
very visible and it's very
And
emotional.
You're badging yourself as a good
Totally.
person. Hey, you're
there
growing
are-
hair out? Yeah, it's for Locks for Love.
My cousin,
I mean, how long did Movember last for?
yeah,
Years.
yeah.
But again, we can't do it because that's just in November. And if
One
you get all
time,
the blood in the
Yeah,
world, in
Locks for
November-
Love is a good example because actually I know people, I think my cousin did this for a long time.
I know
Like
people too.
she did it. Yeah. Just a couple.
No, I mean I know
Oh,
people
I thought you
who
were
did
just
it.
being-
I wasn't trying to be a dick. I know people who did
It
it.
just sounded like such a, yeah, I know people too.
That was a good Simon joke. That was
That's why
typical.
that is
That was
typical
typical
Si- yeah, I
Simon
know
humor.
people
I
too.
know,
Yeah,
I know.
people
Like,
too.
I
I
know you know
apologize.
people.
Sometimes I'm trying to be sincere.
Genuine. Who for them it was actually like almost a cyclical thing that they would do,
Yeah.
like 6 months, grow the hair, chop it off, 6 months, grow the hair. And so, I mean, still that's not enough frequency for blood. But for some reason, it did almost become, for some people, that did become like a,
But to your point, like if I had all the time in the world, there is a better chance I would just grow my hair out
chop it
and
off.
chop it off
Yeah.
than donate blood. Like it would be more front of mind.
For the record, that doesn't require any time.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like zero.
But
really
just
doesn't.
you would just wouldn't think
well,
about
actually,
it.
you can make the argument it requires a ton
A
of
ton of time, sure.
Zero effort.
Zero effort.
Zero effort.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the blood is still like we're talking about hair. You talk Movember, like it's
Well,
like
it's literally a
but
badge.
I
People are like,
know.
"Oh, you chopped all your hair off," and you're
I
like,
know,
"Yeah,
but
I donated
You know,
it."
I know why.
But
Smug
blood has
smile.
a unique, I don't want to say stigma, but maybe stigma. It has a thing like it's yes, what makes you live, but it's also what makes you scared in a movie. And
Yeah.
what it's not as easy as hair.
Ooh.
You see what I mean?
You know what though? That's a good fun campaign to like raise awareness. They should remove all the blood from horror movies. As
Yeah.
like a I don't know what
Yeah.
the message is, but
Yeah.
there's like a
It's like
fun
we're running out of blood.
we're running out of blood.
We're not going to put blood in this movie until you
There's no
donate
blood left
Yeah.
in this movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I like
With the
that.
rise of
Yeah.
horror movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
I like
Yeah.
that.
You could do like huge
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
yeah. I like
Donate
that.
blood.
Bloodless. Yeah.
Yeah, we're running out of blood.
Yeah.
And you could even do like a massive campaign for the launch of, to your point, because horror movies are really on the rise right now and people are actually going to the theater for them.
Yeah.
So like
Connecting
do an
blood to horror is very
actual
interesting.
do an actual campaign for like a movie that's going to come out, scariest
Yeah.
movie ever, get everyone in the theater and then just be like, there's no blood in
no
this
blood.
movie.
Okay. You talk about theater and going to the movies. I have to plug this because I was like, oh my God. At the beginning of last year, we did an episode about how to get people back to the movie theater. And we said, get sports events in movie theaters.
Yes.
And last week, Formula One was.
Yeah.
it
They
was-
announced
They announced that they're going to be showing races inside movie theaters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
IMAX theaters.
I'm going to interpret that to mean presidents of Formula One
Listen to
Yeah.
Crack It
our
in an
show.
hour.
Crack it-
There you go.
You said it once before, Simon. Crack it creates culture.
We create
Yeah,
culture.
exactly.
We're on the
I
cutting
know,
edge.
but that was it is crazy, and I think we're going to see more of that.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
no blood in horror movies.
no blood in horror movies.
Man,
That could be fun.
I'm excited about I'm curious now what the next thing that we came up with that a powerful person is going to hear and decide to do in the real world.
For the good of everybody, I hope it's blood. You know?
I do too.
Yeah.
I think this is more a creative brief than it is a strategic brief. I don't think there's a shit ton of strategy. The audience thing was interesting, but I think tactically you could have so much fun.
Well, it's
So
a
much
creative
fun.
brief because there's so much opportunity at a low level.
Yes,
You know what
exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Exactly.
Like it's like
Tactical.
you don't need a lot of strategy. You,
get-
just need to raise awareness.
That's what I'm talking
You know?
about. You can
Yeah.
get to tactics quickly and you can
Yeah.
have a lot of fun with tactics.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Like there's no misunderstanding you need to fix or anything like that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But I like the idea of going after a specific subset.
There was one small, just because we have a couple minutes left.
You can wrap us up
But
anytime.
I will. But there was one like interesting thing about I'm gonna try to find it. People okay. So in the fear component, because I was digging into like, is there actually anything that you could do about this? Obviously, if you have an extreme fear, it's not gonna happen. But
Yeah. Needles.
almost the majority of first-time donors actually report that like the fear was not like basically that the experience was much easier than they expected. Like the fear of fainting is really like one of a high anxiety trigger for people because no one wants to be embarrassed. They're afraid they're going to faint. And that exists basically before the
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah, and that exists pretty much just before the first donation, and then after that, you're like, it's just a classic thing of like what you expect is much
Yeah.
scarier than what
Yeah.
actually happens, and then so that's an interesting thing too. Is if you could capture those people, they kind of move into the group that's actually not afraid at all.
It's funny. I was just thinking about I've done one of those hungover IVs and I've never donated blood.
Yeah. All right. After this, let's all go donate blood. Okay.
Let's do
Go
it.
team. Drippy.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Drippy.
That's going to haunt my dreams. I'm scared about
Drippy.
Drippy.
See if I can find a picture.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. This was fun. As expected. I think you said it well, Roman. It is more tactical. I think there's a ton of ideas and
Yeah.
opportunities we talked about. I think within the first 2 minutes we talked about just the visibility in general is like low hanging fruit. You create not only visibility of the problem for people, but also giving people who donate some platform recognition, visibility. Like right now, it's all just way too under the
Yeah.
radar for the way our culture works today. We talked a lot about habit formation. I think at the end of the day, we can't really form it into a habit, but we can find ways to either intercept or influence people, which is going to be very important because we can't just create these spikes twice in the calendar year, given the shelf life of blood. And so there's a little bit of like, if we were building a go-to-market, there is a little bit of, we do need to raise awareness and visibility, but then we need to almost kind of multiple times throughout the year, find ways to intercept people and make it easier. I think we talked about if it is going to become a habit, it needs to be very frictionless. So, intercepting people in moments where they're already sitting around doing nothing at the mall. Maybe it can show up in different places. We talked a lot about I think the donation policy at work could really work, honestly, giving people the half day off, which led us to talking about just the do bloody nothing.
Yeah.
Make it because there's benefits of being low on blood. You can get drunker, you can hang out, you can make excuses to not work out, you can eat more sugar, you can basically just have like a feel good lazy day. So that could be very fun for people. And then we talked about the celebrities, which was wild. And then we got into the movies, taking it out of horror films as a way.
Like
There's we could probably go down that path for a while. So lots of fun tactics. Roman, do you think we cracked it?
We're at the
look
literally
at that
1 hour.
And just perfect.
With a little bit of like organizing principle and structuring the ideas, I think we cracked it. I think we have so many ideas.
Yeah.
It's just right now it's a little like messy.
They're just spaghetti on the wall.
They're just spaghetti on the wall,
Yeah.
but you can make it a nice bolognese in a couple hours.
A bloody bolognese.
Exactly.
Simon?
We did, which makes me wonder why, we did quickly and we did with a lot of stuff, which makes me wonder why, is there something else systematic that makes this harder?
Yeah.
Is there bad example? Is there systematic apathy towards this or there's gotta be a bigger problem?
Yeah. I mean, we played God too, as usual,
No,
right?
totally. Because
all the money in the
this
world
does
and-
seem like a very crackable problem.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's the one part that's yeah, absolutely. We cracked it. So why hasn't anyone else?
Too crackable.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I'm with you. But I do think, putting that aside, I agree with what you said, Roman. I think we cracked it. But it needs just a bit of an organizing.
Yeah, totally.
So, cool.
Totally.
Fun.
Well, great one, Jesse.
Good times.
Thank you all for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Crack It in an Hour. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Crack It in an Hour. If you like the show, please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. If you have questions, thoughts, or feedback, shoot us an email at hello@crackitpodcast.com or on Instagram @crackitpodcast. Music done by Michael Anastasi, cover art shot by Mick Mint, and all things audio and video taken care of by Nathan Nash. See you next time.